Hey guys, today we are going to talk about the topic signs he misses you after no contact. So I'm going to share with you the most obvious signs that he misses you after no contact. For some reason you blocked him or just decided to no longer communicate with him. So the number one sign that he sorry about my voice, like what what is going on? Sorry. The number one sign that he misses you after no contact is he tries to contact you, right? That is the most obvious sign. And I'm sorry if you guys are like, please tell me something new. That is like 100% he misses you if he tries to text you or get a hold of you through whatever platform, social media, or even maybe even like goes as far to like show up at your house. Like who knows how far he would go, right? Depends on the person. So that is the number one sign. Another sign is that he asks your friends or family about you, and then they tell you that, oh, so-and-so asked about you, asked how you were doing, asked what's going on in your life. That is another not as 100% as him actually trying to contact you, but you are definitely on his mind, okay? When he asks your people in your life about you, right? So if you hear back about that, maybe you live in a small town or you're in the same social group with the same group of friends, there's another sign. Another sign, and this might not necessarily mean that he misses you, but it could mean that he's just trying to get a rile out of you, okay? It just really depends on your situation and this guy's personality. So you're gonna have to use your own judgment with this sign. But it is if he likes all of your social media posts. So you don't have him blocked on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever you're posting on, and he is like liking all your pictures. It could be a sign that he misses you and he's just too afraid to reach out to you because he fears rejection, or he could just be playing mind games with you. It really depends on the guy, like I said. Use your best judgment when it comes to that sign. Now, one sign that I want to mention that isn't necessarily a sign is that you might have dreams about him. I wouldn't rely solely on this sign because your dreams come from you and your subconscious. I'm not saying that there's no such thing as, premonition dreams, or maybe you do have a dream where you are actually in the mind of this guy. Like, I'm not saying that's not possible, but more than likely the reason why you are dreaming about him is because you are thinking about him. It just makes more sense. So just because you had a dream about him doesn't necessarily mean that he misses you or he's thinking about you. So I just wanted to throw that in there just in case somebody did experience that. Now I want to move on, okay, and talk about the no contact and like how you might be feeling in this situation where you cut communication. So there must have been a really legitimate reason why you cut contact with him. It must have been for good reason. My advice to you is if he hasn't directly reached out to you and communicated on his own, to just leave it be, okay? Hold your ground and stick to the decision you made. Strong people stick to the decisions that they make. You have to show this guy that you are serious about whatever reason it was that you cut him off. And I want you to be strong and embrace this time for yourself and being alone. Being alone is so important for your growth and personal development. Strong people embrace solitude, okay? So if you're feeling lonely and you're just craving the human connection, but it's not working out, like the people around you just aren't giving you what you need, this guy isn't giving you the love that you need, maybe he's not treating you right, it's the universe's way of telling you that it's time for you to start liking your own company and to embrace solitude and to be okay with being alone, because that is going to build up your confidence and your security in yourself. You're not going to be insecure anymore because you're going to like who you are. You're going to like your own company. And it's like, whatever, if you have to be alone for a few days, it doesn't faze you, right? That is going to reflect out and it's going to really, really build your confidence. So what you really need to do, instead of wondering and staring at your phone, hoping that maybe he'll contact you, or wondering what's going through his mind if he misses you, that is a really powerless position to be in, and it's not a very good mental state to be in, to be fixated on what is going through a guy's mind. My point is, it's not a good place to be fixated on what's going on in anybody's mind, because you cannot control what people are thinking or what people are feeling. You have no control over that. So you hinging your fixation and your energy and your thoughts and your emotions on whether or not someone misses you is, again, putting you in a very powerless position. So what you want to do is snap yourself out of it to the point where you don't really care if he misses you or not, okay? And trust me on this, just ride the wave with me on this. When you get to that mental state where you truly do not care if he misses you or not, that's usually actually when he comes back. And usually actually when he does try to make contact with you again. I know it sounds super strange, but energetically you have to let go of him and be okay with the fact that maybe you might never ever speak to him again, or he's just not meant to be in your life, and actually be okay with that. And once you actually get to that mental point, that is actually when he usually comes back, which is, it's really strange how that works, but it's just like life laws, honestly. It's always how that works. You energetically have to release the resistance and the wanting and the like fixation. So a great way to snap out of this state of mind and to really just kind of break this guy's spell that he might have cast on you. And like, don't be like, oh, this guy didn't cast any spell on me. Like, it's not a bad thing. Everybody falls in love. Everybody gets feelings. Everybody is mesmerized or in awe of somebody. It's completely normal to feel this way about someone. If they're really charming, charismatic, they have all the qualities that you admire in someone, there's no shame in really liking someone and really getting feelings for someone. So don't ever feel ashamed of that, whether or not they return it to you, okay? Nothing wrong with being a human being. But a great way to snap yourself out of this obsession and fixation on whether or not this guy misses you or not is to actually release physically release these pent-up emotions, because you probably have a lot of pent-up emotions. Maybe he wasn't treating you right, that's why you decided to cut contact. So you've been in a toxic situation, so you're going to have a lot of anger and a lot of sadness pent up that you might have not necessarily released. It's really important that you do this. So there are different exercises that you can do to mentally release, but the fastest way I find is actually crying. Crying, it sounds really weird, but when you make yourself cry, it is the easiest and fastest way to get an emotional breakthrough and an emotional release, so you at least feel lighter and you can at least snap yourself out of that emotional state that you're in right now. So what I do to make myself cry is I actually listen to sad music that maybe I have bad memories of, or like maybe breakup music, or just something that reminds me of why I'm sad. And I just let myself feel the sadness. You have to let these emotions just run their course, basically. And then you're going to cry, and you're going to feel a physical release. And trust me, you are going to feel a lot better once you get a good cry out of the way. And you're going to be able to think a lot clearer as well. It's very cathartic. And after that, you can switch your focus on other things that aren't about this guy. Okay, so long term, all about you, improving you, loving your company, loving your solitude, working on yourself, becoming more attractive, becoming healthier. All the things that I talk about for how to level up and be a high quality person. So just surrender to the fact that he might not even miss you. Just accept that fact so that you can have closure and move on. And whether or not he contacts you is up to the universe, really. Not up to you, it's up to the universe. So you gotta just surrender that and let things happen the way that they're meant to happen. As soon as you shift your emotional energy and focus off of this situation and onto you, amazing things are gonna happen to you. I promise you guys. If you wanna know more about how to level up, become a high quality woman, and also, become more attractive, become more smart, and how to raise your confidence, check out my videos, High Quality Woman Traits, as well as How I Became Beautiful Using the Law of Attraction. Okay, if you want more details about that, I will put them in the cards. Also, add me on Instagram at lyrascotchz. If you guys have any relationship advice questions, please DM me on Instagram at lyrascotchz. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!